Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, again, we are in Universal Tower Defense, and I'm going to be giving you guys a full guide on Kenpachi right here. I think he's a great unit for start game if you can get him, mid game, and also late game, he's pretty good too. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We just hit 2K, which I'm greatly thankful for. Next goal is 2.5K. Also, join my Discord community because I want to get it a little more active and also start doing giveaways in it. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, obviously, the first thing you're going to want to do when you get Kenpachi is probably trait rerolls, but we're going to hold off on that for a little bit. I just want to go over probably the honorable mention of this, and that is Etherealization. Now, if you don't know what Etherealization does, it basically just gives you better passives, more damage, more stat points. It gives you a lot more perks. So, Etherealization level 6 for Kenpachi is cut through everything, gains an additional 20% elemental. But this is not going to be your first goal, obviously. When you get the unit, just level him up, do all the other stuff we're going to talk in this video. But while you guys are doing everything in this video I talk about, and also like leveling him up and everything, if you guys do roll a Kenpachi, I do recommend Etherealizing him as much. Maybe if he's featured on the banner, try and get him if you're close to your pity, maybe. But that's kind of just something that you can keep in mind the entire time. It doesn't have to be done first or last or whatever. It's just, it can be done at any point. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is relics, because they're a big thing to, I mean, honestly, any unit. I don't have much great relics on mine. I haven't really been focusing on it, but I do recommend for relics if you want to get one. Get a damage one. Specifically, obviously, you might want to get a mythic one. So let's go here. As you can see, if you come over here and you go to hard mode, you have a better chance of getting a mythic relic. I do recommend getting a damage buff, and if you want to, maybe a range buff. But I do fully recommend getting a damage buff because Kenpachi is one of those units where you want him mainly for damage, and he's also a one-place unit, so you can only place him one time. You can't place multiple of him, so I do recommend getting that damage as much as you can, especially if in my last video I said you're going to be using infinite to grind maybe gems. You can literally just use him the entire time. But yeah, for relics, I recommend getting either a damage buff or maybe a cooldown or range buff if you want to, but try to fully max in on your damage with this unit. The next thing I want to go over is evolving him, because it's also going to be a great step into making him very overpowered. So if you guys do not know how to evolve him, you want to come over here to the story mode and go to your legend stages, and you'll want to come to Hollowed Moon. Acts 2 and 3 have these little patches. You're going to want to get one of these. I think I got mine in about like 10 runs. Pretty easy. You can also up this difficulty if you are good enough to do that, and it'll give you a higher chance of getting it. I do recommend doing Act 3, because Act 2 has a 21, let's just go to like the base 100%. These, I don't know what those are called, but these blue stars things have an 18% compared to the 10% of the eye patch. Act 3 has 10% of the eye patch, but a 10% on the holy fragment, I think is called. So there's a higher percent chance to get this blue star on Hollowed Moon Act 2 than Act 3. You have a full, like, they're all the same percent chance. Once you get the eye patch, obviously you can come to the upgrade section over here, the police station, come to evolutions, and then you can talk to this guy and evolve him. I'm not exactly sure what else he uses besides the eye patches. Guessing it's holy, it's like probably just a bunch of fragments. But after that, yeah, you have a evolved Kenpachi. He looks pretty cool too. Next thing I want to go over is stats. Now, I don't have great stats on mine. I wanted to keep the SS on range. But I'm waiting to get a stat lock so I can lock that SS on cooldown. But I do recommend trying to get SS on damage. Again, just to max out your damage on this unit, because he is going to be a crazy damage unit. Basically just like just a great unit all around. But yes, try to get SS on your damage. I mean, try to get with any unit, like full SS if you can, but especially for Kenpachi, try to get SS on that damage. Next thing I want to go over and just going to talk about is utilizing your Miku if you have one. Make sure she's on the damage buff if you put her like around, because if you place a Miku right next to a Kenpachi, you can then again upgrade that Miku and put her on damage, and it'll give Berserker and also anything that's around it a damage buff, so that's a great way to get the damage up again. Also, I want to go over points. Now, this is something that you don't have to put everything into damage, because a lot of the other things I'm going to talk about are also going to be utilizing damage, but put a good amount of points in damage, but also put a lot of points in everything else, because if you want this to be a well-rounded unit, evening out the points as much as you can while putting most of it in damage is going to give him that damage boost, but also get his cooldown and range to a good amount. Next thing I want to go over is pretty obvious: trait rerolls. Just get ruler. I think if you like have like 10 trait rerolls left, and you land on maybe duelist or like sacred, maybe keep those, but try to go for ruler on this unit, because he is a one. Most of the units that you can only place down one of, you're going to want to get ruler on it. And if you guys are unfamiliar with ruler, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it does. Plus 200% damage, which is great. Negative 20 cooldown, 30% range, and limits to one placement. But you know, this guy's already a one placement thing, so like it doesn't really matter. I think that's about all that I want to talk about. I went over relics, went over traits, etherealization, points, evolving. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure I went over everything, yeah. Alright, well, I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Yeah, anyways, join my Discord. Giveaways coming soon if we can get enough members. Subscribe. We're on the goal to 2.5k. Let me know what I should do in my next video. I'm kind of slumped on ideas. Just waiting for the update. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.